Hey, I'm Yin and welcome to this edition of Chopsticks. Now, today we're at the China World Hotel and we're gonna learn from a renowned chef how to whip up a delicious dish. So get your taste buds and your hands ready. Hi, Chris.
Hi, and welcome to China World Hotel.
Thank you.
We prepared something special for you today.
Really? Thank you so much. This is it looks kind of like me. Is this mini Yin?
Yeah, actually, I've been very interested in the Chinese arts and cultures. So today we're going to prepare a Chinese dish for you.
Which one is that?
We're going to do a yellow fish and with sweet and sour sauce.
Okay, so let's get to the shopping?
Let's go get started.
Let's go. So we have the vegetable section here. How do we know what to pick?
Well, I guess what we're looking for is the freshest product. Being
Okay.
we're going into the spring season. For instance, wow, look, the peppers. Look very nice, very firm.
Okay.
Some nice green onions. Good.
All right. Green onions.
Oh, and then, you know what we can do? We can add a little coriander to the dish. I think a little coriander can give it a little bit of a bite.
So-
Give it a little difference.
Do we have to follow like a strict recipe, or is this pretty much based on whatever you're in the mood for?
Pretty much in whatever we're in the mood for. I like to keep it authentic and to the classics, but at the same time incorporate a little bit different ingredients to give it a little different twist.
Okay, let's move on to the fish.
Great.
Okay, so which one shall we choose?
Oh, the yellow food looks nice.
Okay. Great, thank you. So we have our fish, and I guess it's time to head back to the kitchen?
We're all set.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen, and we're gonna make some sweet and sour yellow fish. And the star of today's cooking lesson is right here.
Excellent.
Right here.
Yes.
Why did we choose this fish?
Well, we chose this particular fish because it's very, very fresh. As you can see by the clarity of the eyes, and also if you check behind the gills, you can see it's very, very red. So that shows a sign of freshness. But also the particular dish we're doing is deep fried.
Okay.
So we're looking for a fish where it'll hold its body, for instance, like it's going to get very crispy. So we don't want a white fish, we want something a little bit more firm.
Right, so it's gonna give us that little bit of a chew.
Yes.
So we cut that up, I'm guessing?
Okay, as we did, we prepared a little bit in advance. So we just portioned it out. One fish goes into about 5 to 6 portions.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is what we're gonna fry later on.
Correct, yes. So what we can do first is we're going to take some of the vegetables which we chose earlier, and I'll just start chopping up for the sauce we're going to make.
Okay, so
Okay. So we're going to take the peppers first.
So how much of this do we actually need?
For this particular dish, we're probably only going to need about a quarter of the pepper. This is going to bring a little bit of sharpness to the dish, and as we're doing later, we're going to bring some pineapple, so it's going to bring the sweetness.
Okay.
So it's a nice balance of flavors.
You're very quick with the knife.
Well, a lot of practice.
How many years have you been cooking?
I've been cooking now for about 22 years. So, yeah. Okay. So we'll take these dishes and just add it to like so.
So this is a little bit is just all we need.
Just a little bit because we're only cooking for right now. We're only cooking for one portion. Okay. What we're going to do first is we're going to remove, because you don't want to use any of the skin because this is very, very bitter.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to remove that and just going to cut. Same idea, just cutting into strips. Okay, so what we're going to do first is, you can see we're heating up the pan. Add a little touch of oil.
This is what kind of oil?
This is actually olive oil.
Olive oil.
We use olive oil because it has a high smoking point. It has a nice, distinct flavor. Okay.
So this is sort of a Western kick to a Chinese
Yeah,
dish.
it's what it's doing is we're using all the ingredients with the recipe, but we're incorporating a little bit of different flair.
Okay.
Okay. So first, we're just going to add a little touch.
This
is chopped garlic.
chopped garlic.
Add a little bit of onions.
I can already sort of
You can smell the
smell
other.
it. Pineapple.
Well, we're going to go first a little bit with the peppers,
Okay.
and then we're just going to add in now the pineapple.
Pineapple.
So all the natural sugars from the pineapple starts to come in.
Right.
And the idea, what you want to do is you want to cook it at a nice slow heat. You don't want to go too high because it'll become very bitter. So when you cook it slow, all the flavors will come out of the vegetables. A little bit of salt and pepper.
So how do you know how much to add? It's just sort of...
It's one of those things, the salt, of course, intensifies the flavor. And the pepper, if you like something a little bit spicy, you can add a little bit more pepper to it. Okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to add in...
This is the magic sauce?
This is the mixture. Yeah, this is extra. You might want to stand back. It's going to get a little bit, you're going to get a little steam. we're doing now is we're adding in the mixture of pineapple juice, vinegar, and tomato emulsion. What we do is we emulsify the tomato to get all the flavor to come out. So we drain the tomato. That's why the color is nice and
Ooh,
red.
It's very
pungent,
strong.
yeah?
It's very pungent.
Yeah. The sauce you can continue stirring that. While this is stirring, I'm going to prepare the fish.
Okay.
Okay?
So I'll keep stirring at this.
Perfect.
Okay.
So what we do now, we crack the egg. Now we're just going to season up the fish a little bit. It's always important first to season the fish before you put in. So we're going to put just a touch of salt and then a touch of pepper.
Okay. Really, the sauce sort of, it's getting the flavor of the sweet and sour sauce. Now, if you put your head right over, it's very pungent, very strong.
Yeah, because what you want to do is, like I said, by cooking slowly, all the natural flavors come out.
Yeah.
So like I said, sometimes when people cook very quickly, you're not really getting the natural flavors. They're still inside. When you're cooking it slow, it's like simmering, so all the flavors will come out.
So this is almost there?
It's almost there, yes.
Almost there. Okay. So what's the next step?
We're good. As you see, we already seasoned with a little salt and pepper. It's important to get inside the texture, inside the cuts, so the flavor goes naturally through.
So just kind of dip it in
So
there?
we're going to dip it in there, just to coat it. And we're going to lightly put it through the cornstarch.
Now the cornstarch helps.
The cornstarch is actually what's going to help fry it, make it crisp.
Okay.
So as you can see, you want to go just like so.
Also, if let's say I don't like yellow fish, are there any other alternatives to this type of fish? Can I use like a different sort of variety or?
I think the key is really when you're cooking is you want to use the freshest available product.
Okay.
Okay, like for instance, the yellow fish today was one of the fresh ones we've seen.
Right.
So if you like something like a grouper is always very popular. I wouldn't use anything like a salmon because it's too much fat, you know, so it's too oily. So what you want to do is you want to use something, like I said, which is more of a firm fish.
Like maybe a codfish even, or
A codfish would be nice, but you have to be very careful that when you're cooking that it's cooked very fast.
Right.
Okay.
So I think the vegetable oil is about ready to go. So let's get frying.
Great. As you can see, it's just starting. You don't want it to smoke, but you want to get it right before the smoking point.
Okay. So we're just at that point
Okay.
right now.
Great. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the fish which we prepared.
So I guess, how many minutes of this do we need? Just a few?
Yeah, just a few. Okay, because you can see it's really starting to come together.
The fish here is actually turning a bit of a golden color, and I think it's on the path to becoming ready.
Excellent. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to heat the sauce, get the sauce ready to go. So because
Perfect timing.
The whole idea behind cooking is it's all about timing. It's about organization. What you want to do is when the fish is ready to come out, so it's nice and crisp, and you're just going to top it off with the sauce. So we have the sauce ready to go. It's almost there, but we're going to add just a touch of cornstarch to thicken it up. This is nothing more than a mixture of cornstarch and water. Okay.
Okay.
We're looking for a nice thick consistency. Okay. As you can see how nice and crisp it is. It's almost there.
So the fish is also expanding a little bit because of the frying.
Actually, but then by adding the egg and the cornstarch, like I said, it gives a little bit of a texture to the fish. And the idea behind this dish, as we mentioned, we want it to be nice and firm. And as you can see, it's almost there.
But this seems very greasy. Is there any alternative for those of us that are on a diet or watching our figures?
Well, I mean, the idea is you want something crispy. You can also, instead of doing the fried item, you can actually pan fry it and use the same kind of sauce. Okay.
So in a wok,
You can do the same idea, but of course less oil.
But it won't be as good.
Unfortunately, yes.
It won't be as good.
Just like so.
Okay. So it sort of looks like a round French fry.
Yeah. Like so. Okay. Just gonna place it over here. Okay.
All right.
And now,
This is about ready.
what we're gonna do now is not pay the sauce, is more or less just coating the fish with the sauce.
Okay.
As you can see,
Wow.
there's the flavor. So we're just gonna do it there.
So we need something on the top.
Yeah, we're gonna use a little bit of roasted pine nuts, a little bit of green onions, last touch, and of course the fresh coriander.
I know you can't really judge a book by its cover, but how else can we?
Well, I guess the best way is to jump right into it.
Okay.
Let's get our chopsticks in there and give it a try.
All right, let's give it a try.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice flavor.
Okay. That's great. Sweet and salty, and it's kind of chewy and crispy on the
And
outside.
there's a nice little bite at the end. So I think the coriander's coming in.
And this is a great dish, definitely, for springtime.
I agree. I agree.
Okay, well, we're gonna keep on going with our chopsticks, and be sure to join us next time with another exciting edition of Delicious Dishes on Chopsticks. So, see you next time.